Okay, for this one, I will tell you, and also you can give me your ideas as well. Like sports have been a part of the human history. This is off topic. This is too general. Too general. Like he doesn't speak about the importance or significance of sports. Sports have been a part of like so hard. Like here is good. Like grammar speaking. I mean, like when it comes to grammar, a long time ago. Like here, when you have the word ago, how can we say ago with have in one sentence? It doesn't work. This is present perfect, and the present perfect is not used with ago. You know, I can say she left 2 hours ago. I can never say she has left 2 hours ago. It doesn't make any sense. So this is, we call it wrong tense. The word ago is only used when you refer to the past. Most of the time, like we use the word ago to refer to an action that started and finished totally in the past. So you can say, if you like to use it in the past, you can say sport has like was always. Like it's always was, you know? Like like it was always part of, it will be okay. But like here, like this one, we have wrong tense. After using the word ago, don't use have with it because this is contradictory. And then a comma. Remember, this is so important. Do not use a comma alone to join two complete sentences. In English, we call it what? We call it a run-on sentence. Look, run-on sentence. What does it mean, run-on sentence? A sentence that runs into the other one, which is wrong. You got it? So always, and we always make such mistake. That's why I'm telling you, count your full stops. You got it? So what should we do? How correct this one? How can you correct this one? In general, in English, there are 4 ways. Either you can add the semicolon. And yes, one of the points that we always forget, this it. What's a semicolon? You know this one? You see this punctuation mark? It's called semicolon. And it's a highly underrated. When you use semicolon in your writing, you have a higher mark. If you use it correctly. What's a semicolon? Who knows about it? Hmm. What's a semicolon?
Uh, in English, I don't know it, but in programming, we always use it
Why?
to at the end of the line.
No, it has nothing to do with the linguistic part. Yes, it's totally different. I thought that maybe there are some similarities. Look, this is in English, you call it semicolon. Semi means like half colon. So
Oh,
it's a weak full stop. Yeah, it has nothing to do with programming. Like right now, yeah, I know, but like I thought that it might be used for the same reason as in English. This is called the semicolon. In Arabic, we call
Uh,
it أصلا
please,
موقوفة. Yes, yes, Maria.
in programming, لا, no, Nagib.
Okay, Nagid.
In programming, we use semicolon to end the sentence.
Excellent. Yes, very good. Yes, you
Uh,
have also like, yes, you have just mentioned, like someone also have mentioned here, use it at the end of the sentence. Okay. At the end of the line. Okay,
Yes,
but yes.
it's put in the end of the line, but it doesn't end yet. Uh, Can I say it in Arabic؟ يعني
Yes, yes.
بمعنى إن هي حاجة
Mm-hmm.
اوكي بمعنى إن هي حاجة انتهت بس لسه ليها تكملة.
ممتاز. ده in programming, right?
لا في اللغة عادي في
أنا
في
فكرت برضه
الإنجليش.
programming. Yes, هي فعلا كده. Like
uh,
we in English we call it a weak full stop. Why? Like ممكن نقولها الفاصلة الواصلة. Why? Because it ends the sentence but it connects it in meaning. Connects the sentence the following one in meaning. You got it?
can I speak Arabic?
You can, yes, yes. Okay. Mm.
هو في البرمجة المفترض السيمي كولون لما بنكتبها معنى كده إن الجملة دي خلاص انتهت تماما.
Mm-hmm.
وكده ادت المعنى بتاعها.
Mm. In
يعني
English, yes, yeah.
in English.
No, no, I know, no, no, I don't mean that you have to say in English to say what you have to speak in English now. I mean, like I was about to tell you, the similarities between it and in English. In English, yes, it ends the sentence the same as in programming, right? But it also means that the second sentence explains the first one. You know what I mean? You know,
Yes, yes.
you see, so here when you have two sentences are closely related in meaning, but like each one of them is complete, you can add semicolon in between. Actually, semicolon equals comma and any fanboys. يعني just, you know, when you use semicolon, you can use it instead of comma and, comma but, comma or, comma nor, comma for, comma yet, comma so. The same, we can just delete them and just write a semicolon. It's okay. And when you have a semicolon, it means the second sentence explains or clarifies. For example, I can say, oh, she's unhappy. I can write this sentence. I can write here, for example, she's unhappy or she was unhappy. I can let's see here. Okay, I'm just this one. I can write here, for example, like here, I can say she's unhappy. She was unhappy. Yeah, speaking of which, what are okay, forget about now, I'll just tell you later. This one, she's unhappy. This sentence is so fake, like it's so general. Why? Like why she's unhappy? Can say she was unhappy. You can say she, for example, like she didn't have the full mark. She didn't have the full mark. She didn't have the full mark. You got it? She didn't have the full mark. So here's the second
So
sentence clarifies why she's unhappy. The reason for her unhappiness. You got it?
so basically we can replace because and we put
Yes,
this, right?
yes, right, sure. You can say she was unhappy. Yeah, we can remove like semicolon because for sure. You can write it because, or we can write like we can add comma and for. For here means because. She was unhappy, comma, for. She didn't have the full mark. Means because she didn't have the full mark. So that's why the semicolon is so strong. But like a lot of students forget about it at all. They never use it. So we use the semicolon. When should we use it? At the end of the sentence in case, if it's related, closely related to the following sentence. يعني لو عندي جملتين مرتبطين جدا في المعنى ممكن احط في النص سيميكولون ما احطش كوما. لو حطيت كوما لوحدها زي دي كده هتبقى دي run on sentence. يعني جملة بنسميها جملة جريت على الجملة اللي وراها which is wrong. يبقى فده مش مستحب ابدا. وعلى فكره ده بينزل درجات كتير في الاختبار البنكتويشن ماركس. في ناس يقولوا لا مش بينزل، هو بينزل. والهاند رايتنج ماشي صحيح، هو الهاند رايتنج مش هيحاسبني على الهاند رايتنج، بس انا لو الهاند رايتنج بتاعي صعب جدا يعني باللاوعي subconsciously هينزل الدرجه. وبناء على الابحاث مش not fabricated، والله not fabricated، اللي بيكتب فعلا بخط واضح بياخد درجات اعلى لانه مريح. يعني في فرق ان انا اقرا بشكل مريح اللي قدامي يريحني، فانا حسيت ان انا حتى بدون وعي هدي درجه اعلى. لكن لما يكون الخط سيء جدا بيبقى الاكزامينرز بيقرا وهو متضايق مش فاهم، فبينزل درجات. مش هيقدر طبعا يكتب ان هو الهاند رايتنج، ما يقدرش ينزل على الهاند رايتنج لان ده مش بروفيشنال. بس سب كونشسلي ده حاجه، الرايتنج ده حاجه ذوقيه. يعني انا ممكن اكتب عشان كده بيصححوا اتنين، لان انا ممكن افكاري ما تعجبش حد فينزلني عشان افكاري ما عجبتوش، بس ممكن تكون افكاري فعلا كويسه. فعشان كده بيصححوا اتنين for two reasons. Number one, if anyone skips a mistake, the other one might notice it. And the second one, because we have different ideas, we have different opinions. So maybe he doesn't agree with my opinion. So he might be like unfair. You got it? فالهاند رايتنج مش هنزلنا عليه، لكن حاجات زي كده لا طبعا دوت it's extremely important to count your full stops. And I don't like to tell you like what this يعني the examiner, the British examiner, when we were in the British Council, he was like so smart. He was so smart. He made it clear that really we don't count our full stops, which is bad. So that's why the last 5 minutes in any writing tasks, you're not supposed to write anything. You're supposed to reread what you have just start editing. Reread what you have just written and start editing it. Make sure that every sentence starts with a capital letter and ends with a full stop or a semicolon or a comma and a conjunction or a question mark if you ask a question, or exclamatory point if you like, if you write exclamation, if you would like to use exclamatory sentences, you know. And make sure like that every sentence contains a subject and a verb. And make sure like that like you don't use five like band like you know five like we can say what band 5 words, like as I told you, weak words. Replace them. Try to use some sophisticated words. How could you know if your essay can be understood by a like fifth grader? Is it means it's so it's not that kind of sophisticated. لو كتبت essay وحد في جريد 5 او جريد 6 يعني في سنه 5 ابتدائي او 6 ابتدائي عرف يفهمه ويفهم اللي انا كاتبه كله، معناه ان الاسي بتاعه كلماته كلها عاديه، معناه انه الكلمات استخدمتها كلها عاديه، فمش هديني درجه عليه. You got it? So earned it's, as I told you, this is a common mistake. You see here, it's supposed to be it's without apostrophe. You got it? Like here, you should remove the apostrophe here. It's placed as one of the most important. Again, the most, I always see the word important. You can say significant human activities since the Roman Empire. Since the Roman Empire, it earned, like if you're going to use the word since, if you're going to use the word since, so this one shouldn't be earned, should be has earned. Remember we took it in high school. Like if you use the word since, we use has, the present perfect before it, and then the past simple after it. Since the Roman, this is a proper noun, a proper adjective here, sorry. So it should be Roman, should be capitalized. You see, in where crowds, there is no E here, like crowds. Would gather to see, this sentence is so good. This sentence is so good. Still, it's off topic. Like you speak about history or speak about fighting animals and so on. It's so good, but like it's off topic. It's out of topic. And sports being is weak structure. Avoid it. The word being in formal English is very weak. Avoid it. And one thing, like in any, you don't have grammar exams, but in general, even in grammar exams, is the option, the choice that contains the word being, mostly speaking is wrong. Mostly speaking wrong. You got it? So the word being is weak. Don't say being a lot. It's weak. Yeah, it's used in speaking, but not in written. So why sports being so popular? It was. They can say being so popular. You can, if you like to use being, like, you can say being so popular, and then you can write sports. It's, again, sports is not a singular noun, it's a plural noun. So here we have a pronoun antecedent disagreement, like here also. It is wrong, and here it is wrong. Okay? It was only natural for it to attract money by affect. In English, if you have a verb after a preposition, look, the verb, the subject and the object can never come after a verb, can never come after a preposition. يعني لا الفاعل ولا الفعل ولا المفعول ينفعوا بعد حرف الجر، لا عربي ولا انجليزي. يعني احنا في العربي عندنا الفعل لا يجر، الفعل بيجزم. فما فيش مثلا، ما ينفعش اقول على ياكل او الى يذهب او في يعمل، ما ينفعش. فلما حتى في العربي الفعل لا يجر، الفعل بيجزم، فما ينفعش احط حرف جر قبل الفعل، وما ينفعش احط حرف جر قبل الفعل بيرفع، ولا المفعول بينصب. في الانجليش نفس الحكايه، the verb and the subject ده اي حاجه تيجي بعد حرف الجر بنسميها object و preposition او المجرور. فهنا لو انا اضطريت احط فاعل بعد حرف الجر، لازم احط الفعل ده في الاي ان جي. عشان كده انا حولته الاسم. يبقى كده انا حولته لحاجه اسمها participle، present participle. هنا كده not present، سوري، a gerund، حولته كده لgerund، بقى object of preposition used as a noun، بقى اسمه gerund، يعني فعل بلس ing مستخدم كاسم. زي ايه مثلا؟ اما اقول the benefit of reading، ما ينفعش اقول the benefit of read. you got it؟ فانا by affecting this is spelling mistake. So here on sports, like affecting and affected, like it's here try to use a different. You can say impact, you can say influence. You got it? And paid very big way, which is like the one who wrote this essay is very good, by the way. I don't know the names, but the one who wrote this essay is very good. Despite all these mistakes, this person is good at speaking. The one who wrote this one is very good at speaking, but like here, he has very good sentences. When like they check their essay, sometimes like the examiner is able to know your level even if you make a lot of mistakes. So sometimes they skip them, but like it depends on their moods sometimes. And even they have a limit. They have a limit to help you. They have a limit with that. Compared to any other like profession, no matter how important this profession is, it is the simplest and the most well-known rule that everyone knows. Review and demand. This one is totally off topic. Like, why did you write this one? It's totally off topic. This one, it means that you don't understand. So imagine from the very beginning till here, like there is nothing about sport, like there's nothing about professional, like sport profession, all of it is off topic. So no, this one is like totally off topic. And this one, it seems kind of, I'm not saying that it's online, but it seems online, this one. This one seems online. The more attention there is on something, the more its value grow. It's not, it is, it's like this one, the person should be like, and the more its value grow, the value of people that perform this thing grows, which can be seen very clearly as a, so you can write this one. You can write this one if you're supposed to write 500 or 600 essay, okay. But like as long as it's just 205 words, 250 words, like this one is too much. This one is very, very, very general. Like it's too general. You got it? So here, like this is philosophical, but it's too general. Admiration of people and of course high pay scale. Like however, it's one word. Some people have another opinion. And with all these given reasons, the wage gap shouldn't be that, yeah, should be, should not. As I told you, avoid short forms. You understand that? Yes, I was trying to say that sports is important because a lot of people care for it. Ahmed, you're the one who wrote it? It is not online. Okay. Yes, you're very good. Yeah, I told you. I said, yeah, it's good. Your level is very good, but like you have a problem. Yeah, this is a problem of advanced students. You always get drifted. Don't be too philosophical. Believe me, it is much, much simpler than you think. I mean, the exam is not that kind of complicated. You got it? You see, we're about to finish. It's just like about 20 minutes and then we're going to stop the session. Okay, so if you feel bored, we can have speaking right now. To supply and demand, but I didn't know how to say it. Yeah, supply and demand, this is like, this is a trade terminology, supply and demand, العرض والطلب. You got it? But it's even here, this one is so far, it is kind of irrelated, yeah, unrelated or irrelevant. It's irrelevant. And believe me, they don't have the patience to, and your handwriting is so clear. You're the one who asked that your handwriting is bad. No, your handwriting is so clear. It is super clear. I thought that like codes, some students write like codes. I mean, like their handwriting seems like look like codes. So now if you feel bored, we can just continue speaking right now. So and at the end of the day, this is not formal. At the end of the day, this is speaking. At the end of the day, this is speaking like a phrase, like what, like this is my cup of tea, like I'm a big fan of these. The phrases like these, like idioms, are like informal, so you're not supposed to use them. At the end of the day, like, you can embrace them even in speaking, but even speaking, try not to use like any informal phrases. Unlike scientists, doctors, engineers, and other professionals, not professions. When you say profession, refer to the job, not the people like having this job that really serves. No, not serves. Serve, not serves. Like, why do you add s here? You refer to like professionals. You refer to scientists. So avoid s. A purpose and help in the development of mankind. This is good. Your English is so good. The problem not with your English. The problem is your understanding of the topic should be simpler. You got it? I think it's normal for athletes like to have large wages, like high wages, due to the enormous attention and popularity it gets from all over the globe. They get, which attracts. You mean it's because sport, like the sport itself, attracts like big sponsors. However, we should also start to appreciate the people who help. Yeah, this is the opposite. Like you add is like all the time, whenever you need it or not. So help mankind and make like the first verb is always like wrong, the second one is always right, like here. Okay, so our lives easier with their innovation. This is a spelling mistake. Innovation starts with INNOVATIONS, and knowledge, because that is like here we have tried that is the least they deserve. So all in all, it's a good, but like the problem here in this one, the problem with this essay, no paragraphing. Pay attention to subject verb agreement. Pay attention to pronoun antecedent agreement. Pay attention not to use s a lot. Like this is the first time, not the second time to see like someone who always add s. You have some spelling mistakes, but I don't think they pay attention to them. Try to upgrade the level of your vocabulary. As I told you, you can write instrumental, crucial, essential, and make sure like when you have a proper adjective to make them capital. And you will make this mistake a lot. So but it will be less. It's and try not to use the word affect a lot, and make sure that every sentence starts with a capital letter. You got it? And make it less complex. Believe me. I always say that, but like good students, like I mean like high achievers always neglect this piece of advice. When I tell them please be simpler, they think that I'm asking them to like lower their the degree. I'm not asking that. I'm just like trying to make you make yourself clearer, So you don't have like when we read, we're humans. Again, I told you we're humans. So when we read, we don't have to exert effort to understand it. We'd like to be not too shallow, but also not too deep. The essay shouldn't be too shallow and shouldn't be too deep. And also think. Forget about the word think. Think is bad. And see the word is repeated. It's a mistake. I mean, okay. So now we can have speaking for maybe 15 minutes. Okay. And I guess we can do what? I can read all of them and I can collect all the mistakes in one file, and I will send you this file. I can discuss it with you quickly. But why? Because I'd like to see such mistakes. When you see that mistake, for example, like this one, why do you start a sentence? Because like you can continue here. A new sentence does not start on a new line. A new sentence doesn't start on a new line. And don't write for me from the very beginning and feel this is Mrs. Build. Like it's written here correctly, but this one is Mrs. Build. That's why it's really important to edit your writing. When you edit your writing, you have a chance to correct your mistakes before someone else does. You got it? This handwriting is also good. Like to discover new cures and treatments again. Why? The one who wrote this one is a doctor or like someone is like specialized in medicine. So they start speaking about medicine, cure, and treatment. So it's like kind of obsessed with that. That's unfair. Again, avoid short form. Don't write it's, write it is. Although they're valuable, you mean what? They're valuable, this is wrong. Oh, although they're valuable efforts that makes, no, again, that make humans' lives like being better in contrast to. So here, the problem with this essay, to tell you the truth, that like the sentences are not connected. So you feel like this one, you start a new sentence, and most probably this one is related to the sentence before it. So although should be written here, again, a new sentence doesn't start on a new line. Because like here we feel like unfair for them with the comparison like two sports like professionals, as they don't it should be do not get the popularity and the money lives them money, what is this, like them okay. So this one is also good. This one, like I mean the sentences are good, and again no short form, it's considered an entertainment. Yes, And also for the problem with this one, the main problem with this one that it has a lot of paragraphs, but they're like all for me. I will take the fully justified people side. Okay, so this is not a good, it is not a strong conclusion that earns you a very good, like, mark. This conclusion is so weak. You wrote very good sentences above, but this conclusion is so weak. So you can just again and make sure that you have only 4 paragraphs, only 4. And every main one, every paragraph has one main idea. Okay? And I should be capitalized no matter what. I mean I, the pronoun I, not the letter I. I should be capitalized at the beginning, in the middle, at the end. It should be always capital. And don't write for me all the time. Don't write and for me. This is like it's used a lot, like here. This one is also good. This essay is also good. But again, like it's it will be underrated, not because like the linguistic ability. No, it will be underrated because of the poor paragraphing, poor control of paragraphing. And sentences should start with a capital letter. I don't know why, like almost all sentences start with small letters. All paragraphs even. Yes, one thing I'd like to attract your attention to, the most important, what's the most, but I told you the most important one, the sentence is the last sentence in the introduction. But if you start editing and you have only 1 minute, which one you should, like which part you should edit? Who knows? Which part you should edit? If you have only 1 minute. Hasna, it's yours? Okay. Yes, very good, Hasna. Yes, conclusion. Very good, yes. The introduction, the conclusion. Conclusion, yes. Very good, Mariam. Very good, Ahmed. If you have 1 minute to edit, 1 minute, and you have just like you're going to submit your paper, like make sure that your introduction don't start, as I told you, the first impression and the last impression. So make sure to edit your introduction and your conclusion first. If you have time, you can start editing body 1 and body 2. If you don't have time, no problem. But start with the first things you will read and the thing that you will end with. You understand that? Yes. So here, as I told you, the problems with this essay, that it doesn't start with a general idea about it. And again, the word etc. is used a lot. No, like we shouldn't use it. Sentences like here, like every paragraph starts with a small letter. It shouldn't, or most paragraphs start with a small letter. So it shouldn't be small. You can just make sure that you have only 4 paragraphs in the balanced essay. Okay. And here, so there is no wonder, like this is good, like hearing them mention that them. What do you mean by them? Chronic condition. Chronic, this is a spelling mistake. And Hasna, I guess like you're working in the medical field. Maybe you're a doctor or like a pharmacist, but yes. So here, and reducing healthcare costs. Yeah, this is purely for medical. Okay. So for engineering field, as this field plays a crucial role in shaping. You speak about every one of them in details. Like you compare like doctors and engineers to footballers, right? Or professionals. I got it now. Yes, so again, so like no, just to try to, and in the other hand, so all of it, like you'd like to say that all of it is just body 1. Like all of this supposed to be body 1 and the introduction. This is too much, Hasna. This is too much for body 1. Cut like down on unnecessary ideas, and again the word important, try to forget about it. Okay, so now, yes. So here let's have an idea about this one. Yeah, this one, no doubt that the sport is. Why do add that before sports? If you don't speak about, you can say sports are very important aspect, a very important aspect in our lives or our life. It takes part from every day. It takes part. You mean like it consumes, right? You mean it consumes. It consumes like a part of our day every day from our day. This one seems Arabic more than English. Some should be capitalized. Some people make sports their career. You mean there. You mean there. Their, not THERE. This is one of the common mistakes. And be professional. This is a spelling mistake. When you be professional, when you are. Why did you use be? The word be is not used except after will be, can be. And sometimes you can say the president is to meet. No, like even like the word be is used in some, like Allah, for example, if I say Allah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, can say Allah, glory be to him. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. But we don't use be like it can be, should be, will be, have to be, had to be, has to be. You got it? But we don't say when you be. So you can say when you're professional in any kind, in any, no, you can never say, don't use in any kind of sport and start to participate. The word in English, we're not supposed to use 2 verbs like next to each other except verb to be. I can say I don't understand, but I can never say I start participate. You can say I start to participate or I start participating. You got it? And then you're supposed to add comma here because it's an independent clause. You will earn a good amount of money. Don't say a good. You say, I told you the good is band 5 and career is Mrs. Build here and Mrs. Build here. Okay, so what I were you, what would I do if I were you? Not in general. I'm speaking about general. I'm not speaking about the one who wrote this essay. Like, that's why I asked you to write it, not to type it. Why? We are we all, with no exception, we are worse at spelling as like as we think. No, more than we think. Like we're worse than we think. You got it? I mean, like we are not as good as we think we are at spelling. So when we start, like why? Because we don't write. We have auto check technology. When you type a message, when you send someone any message, it's already it's auto checked. So you can find mistakes and like they are checked already when even in Word files and so on. But when in the exam, you won't have this like advantage. You don't have it. So I don't like you to have this shock. I don't like to have this shock when you have like a real exam. So that's why I'd like you to participate writing in your own. And what should you do after writing an essay? I'd like you to look them up. Look the word that you think, and we know that when we make spelling mistake, we know it's wrong. So look them up. Don't correct them, but look them up and then memorize them. You got it? So inshallah, next week we're going not next week, I guess maybe inshallah next Thursday. Next Thursday we're going to have is listening techniques, and we're going to continue writing techniques. What we're going to do next week, I know that maybe like not all of you are interested in like checking others people like pieces of writing. So as I told you, I will collect all the common mistakes I saw in most essays, and I will comment on them next time. Okay, so I'm not going to take a screenshot from essays, and in case like if you feel like this could be embarrassing for you, I won't, but I will just tell you like the mistakes. Okay. What else? We're going to have listening techniques, and I will send you a list of words to memorize after the listening techniques. I mean, like for listening. Okay. And concerning speaking, I guess we can have, as I told you, we can have an extra session for speaking. Okay. So do you think, like, when it comes to speaking, what is the best technique for you to speak? I'm going to stop recording now. What's the best technique for you to allow most of you to speak?